Do you have somebody grieving right now? If so, I have a perfect song that you can send them. It's called Heart of Light by John Mayer, and let's see what makes it so beautiful. I hate to see you cry, lying there in that position. There's things you need to hear, so turn off your tears and listen. Pain throws your heart to the ground, love turns the whole thing around. No, it won't go all the way it should, but I know the heart of life is good. I'm not trying to recite this in any particular way, I'm just reading the lyrics. My friend, who was a former student of mine, lost her mother a couple of days ago to an unforeseen sickness. Nobody expected that to come. It was pretty quick and it kind of moved rapidly, and her mother was pretty young, and needless to say, my student is very sad about it. And when I went to the small ceremony where we give condolences to the whole family, and when I got back to my car, I immediately played the song because I had the lyrics somewhere in the back of my memory, and they immediately emerged when all of this happened. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna send her this song maybe in a week, maybe in 2 weeks, I don't know, when the time is right, because I think it's a beautiful song and very comforting. And John Mayer, beside being a perfect guitar player and songwriter, he's an amazing storyteller, and his lyrics are just poetry, and this is probably the thing that hit me the most. You know, it's nothing new, bad news never had good timing. Then the circle of your friends will defend the silver lining. Pain throws your heart to the ground, love turns the whole thing around. No, it won't all go the way it should, but I know the heart of life is good. And then the outro is just a bit different. It says, pain throws your heart to the ground, love turns the whole thing around. Fear is a friend who's misunderstood, but I know the heart of life is good. I know it's good. So basically, when you're grieving, especially when you've lost somebody, you can't see that there's more to life than that. You just think very negatively, very dark, and it's logical and it's okay to do it in that period, but it's very important to find the will and the strength to carry on, because these things happen. And as it says, bad news never had good timing. Nobody can really prepare for a parent that passed away, but it's still a bigger shock when it happens when you didn't really expect it. What I love about the song is that it sounds very simple. John Mayer is doing this beautiful picking pattern on his guitar, and the melody is just so wonderful. It's simple, but it just drives and drives through the whole song. But what I love is the use of a couple of words, especially this one. There's things you need to hear, so turn off your tears and listen. Like, tears are not something that you can just really turn off, but to me, using the words turn off your tears just make this way more special. I just imagine somebody trying to hug me and maybe tell me to snap out of things and listen to reason. This is just something that happens in everybody's life sooner or later. Some life goes away in that sense, and children come, so it's a circle. But at the end of the day, this is how I think about it. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. So I've actually heard that somewhere, but we're not the body, we're actually the soul, and we're just, the body is, let's say, an accessory to the soul, not the other way around. So when you think about it in that way, it is a bit more comforting to believe and to know, that's how I feel at least, that there is something beyond this life. There is something, and I believe that to be true, but at the end of the day, you know, we're still human as well, so it's hard for us to be comforted in this way. So that's why I'm thinking that I can send her this song when a bit time passes, because it's definitely not the best time to listen to it as soon as it happened. Another thing that I really love here is that bad news never had good timing. There's never a good timing to hear something bad. You know, no matter how well you will be prepared, nobody likes hearing bad news. But this thing, the circle of your friends will defend the silver lining. Friends are a treasure, and definitely when you're surrounded by friends, even in the biggest grief, you somehow find a way to smile and you make it through the day. So I'm telling this to everybody who's feeling sad. Go and spend time with your friends. Make friends if you don't have friends. Do something, you know, because friends are a treasure. The biggest treasure probably on this earth, and we really need to cherish that. They will defend the silver lining. Let's see what the Cambridge Dictionary says. A silver lining is an advantage that comes from a difficult or unpleasant situation. For example, when things look black, there's always a silver lining. Or the injury had a silver lining, it enabled Blake to spend his father's last weeks with him. So making it even more simple, in every bad situation you can find something good. So maybe you will spend a bit more time with your family right now. This is probably the thing that will kind of make you grow up and see things in a different way, and that will make you cherish your time on this earth way more. So, you know, there's always a silver lining, and maybe you will get connected with your friends more. Maybe you will find the love of your life because of this. You know, there are things that we don't see, and that we can never see. For example, we can't see the bad things that are about to happen, but we also can't see just the good things that are just beyond that, just a small step beyond. We sometimes tend to focus on the negative things and we just think like something is really bad happening to me, but as soon as one door closes, the other one opens. But at the same time, we need to play the game of life. If we're just sitting home grieving and not even trying to move, it's gonna be harder. Some things might happen, but it's definitely better and easier if you find anything to do. You can write down things, you can start a new hobby, you can do gardening, anything. Just move around a bit and try to make sense of things. Pick up the pieces one by one very slowly, and you will find with time that it's just something that happens, and life still has meaning and life is still beautiful in a way. It just takes time for the clouds to evaporate and so we can see the crystal blue sky again. Of course, this song can be interpreted in many other ways, like a love song, like comforting a lover, or maybe something else. So I would like to hear your thoughts about this story, this song, in the comments.